Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's absolutely terrifying story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because we're about to uncover some seriously dark stuff that'll keep you up at night. So you know how every time you're scrolling through Netflix, HBO Max, or any streaming platform, you see those Annabelle movies? The Conjuring universe? Well, most people think they know the story, creepy doll, possessed, scary stuff happens. But what they don't know is the real story behind how this doll became one of the most haunted objects in America. And guys, I'm telling you right now, the true story is way more terrifying than anything Hollywood could ever cook up. This isn't some made-up creepypasta or urban legend. This actually happened to real people, and today we're diving deep into the true origins of the Annabelle doll. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at dolls the same way again. Our story begins back in 1970, right here in the good old USA. There was this college student named Donna who was studying to become a nurse. Christmas was coming up, and her mom wanted to get her something special. You know how moms are, always wanting to make their kids happy. So Donna's mom goes to this antique shop and finds this vintage Raggedy Ann doll. Now, Donna was already in her 20s, but her mom thought it would bring back some childhood memories, you know? Sometimes those nostalgic gifts just hit different, even when you're all grown up. When Donna unwrapped that gift on Christmas morning, she absolutely loved it. Her roommate, Angie, was like, "Seriously? You're gonna play with that thing?" But Donna was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna keep it in my room as decoration. It's cute." Here's where things get weird, guys. Donna got so attached to this doll that she would sleep with it every single night. Like, this grown woman was cuddling with a Raggedy Ann doll. Her roommate Angie started getting weirded out because every morning when she'd check on Donna, the doll would be in completely different places. Angie confronts Donna about this and she's like, "Dude, every night you put that doll on your dresser, but every morning I find it on the floor, by the door, sometimes even sitting in that chair staring at me. What's going on?" Donna's confused because she swears up and down that she puts the doll away properly every night. She's like, "I always put her on the dresser before bed. I don't know how she's moving around." Both girls are trying to rationalize it, thinking maybe they're just tired from college. Maybe they're imagining things. You know how it is when you're stressed out, your mind plays tricks on you, right? So they decide to just ignore it and hope it goes away. But guys, it didn't go away. It got worse. One night, Angie is sleeping in her room when she hears Donna screaming bloody murder from across the hall. She runs to Donna's room and finds her sitting on her bed, completely frozen with fear, staring at the doll. "What's wrong? Why are you screaming?" Angie asks. Donna points at the doll with a shaky finger and says, "I put her on the dresser before bed. I swear I did. But I woke up and she was sitting in that chair, and I watched her leg move. I literally saw this doll's leg swing back and forth." Now both girls are freaking out. How does an inanimate object move on its own? There's no batteries, no remote control, nothing. The only logical explanation, something supernatural is going on. A few weeks later, Donna and Angie come home from a party. They unlock their apartment door and immediately see a piece of paper on the floor. When they pick it up, there are two words written in childlike handwriting: "Help me." They're looking at each other like, "Who wrote this? We live alone. Who needs help?" And that's when they look down the hallway and see the Annabelle doll lying on the floor in the corridor. That's when it clicked. Every weird thing that had been happening, the moving, the positioning changes, and now this note, it was all connected to the doll. The very next night, their friend Lou comes over to crash on their couch. The girls are so freaked out by everything that's been happening, they decide to lock the doll in the guest room for the night. Lou doesn't know anything about what's been going on. He's just there to sleep on the sofa. Around 2 a.m., Lou starts screaming from the living room. Donna and Angie run out to find Lou lying on the couch with the Annabelle doll sitting on his chest. "Get this thing off me," Lou yells. "I was sleeping and suddenly I couldn't breathe. It felt like something was trying to claw through my chest." When Lou sits up and opens his shirt, there are actual scratch marks across his chest, and they're bleeding. Real blood, real wounds. And here's the terrifying part. There was blood on the doll's hands too. Lou grabbed his stuff and ran out of that apartment in the middle of the night. He never came back. At this point, Donna and Angie knew they were dealing with something way beyond their understanding. They contacted a local psychic medium to try and communicate with whatever was attached to the doll. During the seance, they made contact with the spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins. The medium told them that little Annabelle had died in a construction accident on the property where their apartment building now stood. Her spirit never moved on, and she had attached herself to the doll. The spirit claimed she just wanted to be loved and cared for. She told Donna and Angie that she felt safe with them and promised she wouldn't hurt them if they let her stay. Being the kind-hearted people they were, Donna and Angie agreed to let the spirit of little Annabelle remain with them. Biggest mistake of their lives. After giving the entity permission to stay, things got exponentially worse. The apartment became cold and oppressive. Donna and Angie stopped talking to each other as much. They felt like they were being watched constantly. Dark shadows seemed to move in their peripheral vision. What they didn't realize is that they had been deceived. The entity wasn't the spirit of a little girl at all. It was something much more sinister that had been using the appearance of an innocent child to gain their trust. The darkness was spreading through their lives like a cancer, and they finally realized they needed help. Desperate and terrified, Donna and Angie contacted the famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. Yes, the same Warrens from the Conjuring movies. When Lorraine Warren first entered their apartment, she immediately felt the malevolent presence. She told them straight up, "There is no child spirit in this doll. What you're dealing with is a demonic entity that has been manipulating you from the beginning." The Warrens explained that the entity had used the facade of an innocent child to gain permission to stay in their home. In the supernatural world, permission is everything. Once you invite something in, it gains power over you and your space. Ed and Lorraine Warren took the Annabelle doll to their occult museum in Monroe, Connecticut, where it remains to this day. They placed it in a specially blessed glass case with a warning sign that reads, "Warning. Positively do not open." The doll is surrounded by blessed objects and religious artifacts to contain whatever evil resides within it. Even now, decades later, visitors to the museum report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread when they look at the doll. The Warrens have said that Annabelle is one of the most dangerous objects in their collection, and they've dealt with some seriously dark stuff over the years. Guys, here's what makes this story even more terrifying. The Annabelle doll is still active. There have been reports of people who have visited the museum and disrespected the doll, only to have terrible accidents or misfortune befall them shortly after. One young man reportedly banged on the glass case and challenged the doll to do something. He died in a motorcycle accident on his way home from the museum. Security cameras at the museum have captured footage of the doll appearing to move slightly within its case, and visitors often report feeling like they're being watched when they're near it. So here's my warning to all of you watching this video. If you ever come across an old doll, toy, or any antique object that gives you weird vibes, trust your instincts. Don't bring it into your home. Don't think it's just your imagination if strange things start happening. The supernatural world is real, and there are objects out there that can serve as doorways for entities that want nothing more than to cause chaos and destruction in your life. The real Annabelle doll proves that sometimes the most innocent-looking things can harbor the darkest secrets. What started as a simple Christmas gift turned into a nightmare that could have cost Donna and Angie their lives. That's the true story of the Annabelle doll, guys. And it's way more terrifying than any movie Hollywood could make. The fact that this thing is still sitting in a museum in Connecticut, still active, still dangerous, should send chills down your spine. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most haunted objects, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell because we've got so many more real horror stories coming your way. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had any experiences with haunted objects. And remember, not everything that looks innocent actually is. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Sweet dreams.